Hi. Okay, it's Halloween time, right? Maybe not when you watch this video on YouTube, but in my case, it's Halloween. Well, I'm gonna throw a Halloween party. What's a good key element to have at a Halloween party? A fog machine. If not, a couple fog machines. Now you can have too much fog. You don't want that, that's no bueno. That party's gonna totally suck. The good thing about a fog machine is not only does it look really cool, but even if your party's ghetto as hell and it didn't pan out how you planned, it will still look interesting and almost professional. I'm going to explain to you a little bit basically how a fog machine works. The 700 watt eliminator fog machine. Okay, I'm going to show you how a fog machine works. Okay, this is what the inside of your fog machine looks like. Okay, you take your fog juice, which usually comes in a gallon like this. Okay, now you want to pour it into here. Okay, once this is full of fog juice, it goes through this little tube into this pump. As soon as you hit the fog button or start button or whatever it is you have on your controller, this pump is going to shoot fog fluid into this. This is nothing more than a metal block. It's a heating element. It's a metal block surrounded insulation with an aluminum foil covering. When this gets really hot, this fog juice turns into fog and then shoots out. Now when you go to buy a fog machine, you'll notice that it'll be measured by 400 watts, 700 watts, 1000 watts, whatever it is. All that is saying how powerful the heater is. The more powerful the heater is, the more fog you're going to get, the thicker it will be, and the longer the machine will run without having to stop and reheat. Now, if you'll notice, as soon as I turn the fog machine on, it shoots everywhere, it fills up the space, the fog rises. Why does it rise? The heating element. When the fog comes out of here, it's very hot. Therefore, it rises. What's the alternative? Cool the fog down. When you cool the fog down, it's going to stay lower to the ground, it's going to be a lot thicker, and it's going to look a little more realistic and be a lot less annoying. I'm going to show you how to make your own cooling mechanism without actually having to buy a ground fogger, which is a lot more expensive. One method that people use is to take a cooler, drill a hole on this side, drill another hole on this side, big enough for some PVC pipe. Here's your fog machine. You basically stick a PVC pipe in this side, have another piece coming out the other side. Now, you'll then take off the lid, fill this full of ice. As soon as you turn your fog machine on, the fog will go through here, cool off, and then shoot out here, creating ground fog. The problem with this method is the entire cooler will also fill with your fog. By the time it comes out of this tube on the other side, your fog has lost most of its momentum, and you'll end up going through a lot more fog juice than you had intended. The other method, my personal favorite, one piece of PVC pipe. Here I've cut out about 3 feet of PVC pipe. It's going to be the exact same method of filling it full of ice, except you won't lose all the fog in the cooler. You just take the end, as I've done here, I cut out a black circle, drilled a bunch of holes, taped it to the pipe. Now you have something to hold your ice in. You just take your PVC pipe, fill it full of ice, stick the open end right over the nozzle. Turn it on, fog comes out, it's chilled by the time it comes out, and now you have ground fog. Now, a lot of people say to use ice. I've found that something works a lot better than ice, and that's dry ice. The reason why? I'm not going to get into it. It's too personal. This is dry ice. If you notice, I'm wearing gloves. Dry ice has a surface temperature of negative 76 degrees. If you touch it with your bare skin, you will get freezer burn. Take your dry ice, put it in some kind of pan, take a screwdriver or anything you have that's sharp, you need to cut this down into smaller pieces. Now dry ice, this is going to take a little while. Dry ice is not the easiest to break up, but it does not break up like regular ice does. It's a little bit softer. The reason for this is so you can fit it inside the tubes. The reason I say use dry ice is this. If you're only going through a 3-foot tube and you put regular ice in it, the fog is not going to have much of a chance to cool down. You could use a longer tube, a 5-foot, a 10-foot, and put more ice in it, and it will cool it down a lot more. But the problem is you have the same issue you do with the cooler. You're going to lose a lot of momentum in your fog. With dry ice, you can have a shorter tube, and you can cool it down more than regular ice does, and dry ice doesn't melt the way that regular ice does. Regular ice turns to water, dry ice doesn't. And it will last a lot longer. It's a better buy, it's the better, smarter thing to do. Right now, you just take our tube, put some dry ice in it, and always remember, please wear gloves. This shit is really cold. Dry ice is really not that expensive either. Pay about $1 a pound. I've got about a half a pound crushed up here, which is more than enough for my tube. And this will last me hours. Since we're making ground fog, I'm going to put my fog machine right there. Now we just take our tube, set it right over the nozzle there, and let's let her rip. Now if you'll notice, the fog is not shooting everywhere, it's very smoothly just laying on the ground, which is very perfect for a graveyard scene. And if you're not in any kind of position where you can have the fog machine on the ground and it has to be sort of up in the air or up on a chair or a table or something like that, it works out just the same. If you notice, all the fog is going straight to the ground. Okay, now that you understand what to do with your fog machine, there's one last thing you need to have at your Halloween party. Usually at a party you're going to have a punch bowl full of like liquor, or full of liquor, or maybe you'll put some liquor in it, okay? Why not have it smoke? It'll look like witch's brew, it'll look fucking awesome. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. Get your ridiculously huge bucket of liquor. Now you remember the dry ice we had earlier? We're going to work with that one more time. Don't forget your glove, okay? Reach in, grab yourself a couple pieces of dry ice, pop it in there. It makes a really cool effect. Now don't worry about any kind of health issues. When it comes to dipping into the punch bowl that's got dry ice in it, it will not harm a soul. All dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide. When mixed with water, it turns into carbon dioxide gas, which is what you breathe in every single day. Thank you for joining me on my tips for your Halloween party. Now if you'll notice, as soon as I turn the fog machine on, one method is to take a cooler. Okay. I've cut out about 3 feet of PVC pipe. This is another mechanism, it's going to be exactly the same one as, okay. I've cut out about 3. All I've done is cut out a black piece of plastic, a circle, cut a bunch of holes, tape it to the pipe, and put the end right over your fog machine. No. Alright, here, dry ice has a surface temperature of negative fucking motherfucker. Take a screwdriver, anything, whatever you use, have the sharp. Cool the ice off, or fucking... The reason I say use dry ice is this. If you're only going through a 3-foot motherfucker. Okay, now that you understand the fog machine, there's one last thing you need to have in any fucking motherfucker. Okay, now that you understand the way fog machines work, and there's one last thing that you need to know about how a fucking motherfucker. Or maybe the punch bowl will have liquor, okay? Why not? Okay, now that you understand how fog machines work, there's one thing you need to know. God damn it. Okay, now... I think I'm getting drunk. Okay, now that you understand how fog machines work, there's one last thing that you need to have at your fucking party. Okay, now that you know how... Fuck! Where's my beer? Oh my... Where the fuck is my... Okay, now that you... Okay, now that you understand the way fog machines work... Is that good enough? Huh? Is that good enough? Make sure you put your glove on before you handle any of the dry ice. This is where dry ice comes in. That was fucking stupid. I didn't explain anything. Let me start over. Now don't worry about any kind of health issues. When it comes to guests dipping into your fucking motherfucker, when it comes to guests, when it comes to dipping into the punch bowl that's got dry ice in it. Okay. Thank you for joining. Fuck.